Hi, I'm Stephen Hatt from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to look at an app on your mobile phone to help you with archery. So the last few days I've been trying to prepare for Vegas indoor shooting, and I started off shooting absolutely atrociously. So I said to myself, what are the things I've got to do to improve? And one of the things I started doing was shooting lots of arrows. The next part of thing that I wanted to look at was the timing of the shot. So at the last indoor nationals I shot, I found the timing, all that. I kind of got myself into a bit of a panic with the timer. So I was looking for applications on the mobile phone which did timing, so I can see how long it's taking me to shoot an arrow. Now you're probably thinking, most of my viewers are probably recreational archers, and you're probably thinking, why do I care about this? Well, part of the timing thing is to get your shot execution the same every time. So what I was finding for my shooting is I was shaking. I was going like this. And I was like, I didn't really know what was going on. It was hard for me to get the shot off. I was struggling big time. And I did a post to say the desire to give up, I think on Facebook, or to work through it. So, and I was really at a stage where I was ready to start to paint the house. So anyway, so this gets onto this app. So I was looking for apps, and there's lots of apps for archery on mobile phones. So what I was looking for was a timer. And so I found a timer which does the timing. It beeps and gives you 22 minutes to shoot 3 arrows. Okay, it beeps, and that way you can see how long it's taking to shoot a shot. Now the other thing I was wanting to check was where my arrows are actually placed on the target. So what I did was I numbered each one of my arrows. So you can see this one's number 2. I numbered every one of my arrows, and I shot every arrow into a specific target so I can see if an arrow is not shooting well. So I wanted an application on the mobile phone which enables me to score my arrows and see where they're landing on the target and record it and see if I'm progressing over time with all this practice I'm putting in. Now, there's probably a whole heap of apps out there, and I know nothing about mobile phones. I am new to mobile phones, and yes, I do have an IT degree. And part of the IT degree is I choose to ignore mobile phones. I had no interest in it. I really still don't have any interest in mobile phones. So, and it's kind of weird because I go to my son for any mobile phone knowledge, because I just don't want to know. Okay, so the little app there is called MyTargets. Now I went to Google Play Store and I typed in archery scoring, I think, and it came up with the apps. And basically this one was free, so I just clicked on it and installed it, and I'm just going to show you how it works. So I double click on the icon, and this is what it looks like here. Now, sorry, this shows you the 3 rounds I shot yesterday. So I shot 3 indoor rounds yesterday. I shot a 293 out of 300, which I was really happy with, by the way. A 297 out of 300, which I was ecstatic about, and then a 292, and now even the 292 I was really happy about. So I shot, I think, maybe 2 8s in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one of these rounds and I'll show you what it looks like so you can analyze it. So I'm going to click on there. So it shows you where I'm based. There you are. It was cloudy. Now it pulls this off some weather station. It says I'm based in Happy Valley, which is in South Australia. I'm not, but it's close enough. Must be where the mobile tower reception is. It was said there was 4 thing of wind. It says a 27 arrow round. It's actually a 30 arrow round. So now it says 10 meters, and it's really 18 just because I didn't put that in correctly. And the target face, it says is 60 centimeters, which it wasn't. So I'm actually going to go back. I'm going to go to the 18 one. I think this is where I put it in correctly. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Okay, so if I want statistics on it, I've got this little graph up the top here. It's a little squiggly line. I click on that. Shows me where all my arrows were. They're all mainly 10s. You can see here I shot probably 1 8. And it shows me a distribution of my arrows in the target. Now you can see I shot 2 8s. So I had two bad shots. Now for each individual arrow, it gives me a score. So when I put in the arrows, it actually tells me, so my arrow number 1, I averaged 9.6 with. Arrow number 2, I shot clean with. Arrow 3, 9.6, arrow 4, 9.8, arrow 5 I shot clean with, and arrow 6, 9.6. So that's going to identify for me straight away if I've got an arrow which is not correct or not straight. Now, how often do you see people shooting arrows which are not perfect? It's pretty common. So I found that really good. You can export this data, but I want to show you how this app works. So you've got a timer. So sorry, I'll just jump back. And for other people, there's probably better ways to do this, but I double click on the thing. Up here, you got this little thing up here, little lines. I click on it, and it's got timer. I click on timer, and if I go press it, it gives me a countdown. It gives me 20 seconds before I start shooting, and it's going to beep. This is what happens when you go to a tournament. You have, I think, 7 or 8 seconds to walk up to the line, and then it beeps. Just get ready for it. It's going beep, and then you can start shooting. I'm hoping it beeps. There. Now start shooting. Now you've got 120 seconds to shoot your 3 arrows. After you shoot your 3 arrows, you stop. Now I'm down to 27, and now it stops. Now in this process, it also has the ability to score in here. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to set up a round today. So you just add this here. It's really simple to do. And the round I'm going to shoot, I'm going to guess it's a training and standard round. I assume I've set that as a default. But let's just go in here and see. So I click on it, and it's come up with training. I'm going to call it, today's the 28th. Let's just call it the 28th. Now, why do you want to do this as opposed to just shooting arrows? Because it gives you a feeling of how things are going. Sorry, I just got messaged. So we're going to call it 28th of Jan. And click tick. And it's ready to start. So it gives me this red screen. So when I'm ready to start, and we're actually going to do this right now. So it gives me a red screen. I click on it, and it's giving me a countdown timer. Now I've got 19 seconds to get ready to shoot these shots. Now I'm shooting a little bit further back than I was yesterday, so these arrows are probably going to go long. Now part of this timing, part of the reason I wanted the timing was I did a video yesterday, and one of the viewers, one of my friends, sent me a message. He said, "You're taking a long time to get your shot off. Is it the release aid or what?" Now I normally set that little timer up just over there so it's in my face. I can't because the camera's there, so let's just shoot these shots. Now I generally check which, this is arrow number 2. I'm going to shoot at the second target down the bottom. These are my first shots for the day. He said to me, he said, "You're taking a long time to get your shots off. Maybe you need to increase the sensitivity on your trigger." And he said, "What are you thinking of?" I said, "I'm thinking, God, I wish this shot would go off." Anyway, I'm shooting the backspin today because I find it a little bit easier to get the shot off. I find the backspin, because it's got this roller system, very easy to get the shot off. So maybe you're right. Maybe the TrueFire Sear that I normally shoot, maybe the TrueFire Sear I normally shoot is set not sensitive enough. Now we'll just check the timer because it's just, I put it behind me. Now you can set it to beep and not beep. So you can still see I've got 20 seconds left to shoot. Now I was doing it yesterday, and what I generally found is I had about 40 seconds of the 2 minutes left to shoot. So if I had one arrow which was a fail, like if I had to let down, I'd have enough time to get it off. So I would generally shoot 6 arrows. And then I go down and score. So there, it comes to 0 and stop. And when it goes stop, you press that, and now it goes down to show you where your arrows are. So what we'll do is we'll go down there and we'll put these arrows into the system. You can see how I put them in. Okay, so I'm up here at the target, and it gives me a target on the screen like that. I put my first arrow in. The first arrow is a 10 on the right hand side of the target. So I just click on the little target face where it is, and it says, "Which arrow is that?" And I say it's number 1. And was that where comes up with a little spot on the target. Now if it was the wrong spot, I click on the number 10 and I position it to where I think it is, which it's about there, number 1. It's really easy to do. I generally don't worry too much about the placement. If it's about right, then I'm happy. The next one's a 9, and you can see it's come up with an 8. So now I just move that down there, and that's about in the middle, about there, and I put in number 2. You can see number 8 still there. I'm going to click on that again, and the last one's a 9. Sorry, a 10 in the same area. Number 3. So I had 2 10s and a 9. Now you'll see they were all on the right hand side of the target, and they're all slightly low. Now the question is why you're going to ask that, because yesterday when I was shooting there was a wind which was coming from this side, which was pushing my arrows across to the side, and there's literally no wind at the moment, and I'm shooting about 2 meters, 1 meter further today, so they're a little bit low than where they were yesterday. But what this app does, it gives you, and now next time I go back to the shooting line, it will give me the timer, and I press the timer in, and you go through the whole process again, and it gives you your score, and you can monitor how you're going. So for a recreational archer, why are you interested in something like this? 1, it gives you a feedback of how you're shooting. It gives you a set routine. You know, like it takes me now a little bit over 2 minutes to shoot 6 arrows. It stops. I have a video on while like a tablet there with videos playing while I shoot, just to keep me occupied. And I think sometimes I don't concentrate when I'm shooting, and when I say don't concentrate, I will sit there and watch the video for a bit instead of shooting arrows. So I need to fatigue myself and get used to the timing, as far as, you know, 20 seconds per arrow to shoot the shot, get the shot out in 10 seconds. So part of it is to get the timing right. Now, why does a hunter care about this stuff? And most of them are going to say, well, I don't. It's about consistency. So yesterday I shot 2 8s, and the shots just came through not perfect. They weren't bad shots. It's just, I can remember, I think I heeled the bow a little bit, which just means I went like that a little bit when I shot the shot, which means I went up higher. It's about consistency. It's about training yourself to do the same shot over and over again. So you'll often, I started this video, so I shot a 292, and I said I was pretty happy with that. That's because the majority of those shots were actually really good shots. I shot a couple of bad shots, and I tend to focus more on the good shots than the bad shots. But if you're a hunter, you get 1 shot, and needs to be a good shot. So that's the whole thing with consistency, and a lot of the best target shooters in the world are actually hunters. So, you know, it's just that consistency over and over again. So when you go out there and take the shot, and it doesn't matter if it's a target or an animal or just in your backyard, it's a good shot, and you're confident that you're going to make that good shot. Now the confidence, that's how I started this video, the confidence I had lost 2 days ago. I had lost confidence in the arrows, I'd lost confidence in me. I just changed bows. I didn't know if I was shooting high poundage or low poundage. It's about getting that confidence back in the shot process, and getting the whole thing in. Now I've got about 8 days to go to Vegas, and I'm going to try to shoot lots of arrows. I'm going to try and get fitter, and God, I wish I could eat healthier. So it's just get the whole process going, become confident. And I think that like an app like this is really good, because I can track how many arrows I'm shooting. I can track where each individual arrow is. So if all these arrows are made up, I will number them all, and I will shoot them all, and this will tell me if I've got a dud arrow in my batch. Because I said when I made these arrows, the NV27s, I had some nocks which I had trouble fitting, and I think I might have bent them pushing them in. So one of my viewers said put a little bit of wax on them and they'll go in easy. I haven't tried that yet, but I will, so thanks for that. I did think about that when I was trying to get them in. I was like, oh, I don't really want to do that, and maybe even oil would work, but I didn't want to do it at the time. I was like, oh, this should be easier, but anyway, it is what it is. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today's Australia Day, so it's a public holiday in Australia, which is fantastic. It's a day to recognise our white people coming to Australia, the English settling in Australia. A lot of the native Aboriginals don't like that day. Heck, I just like a public holiday. I don't really care one way or the other. We weren't all here in 1800 when Australia was colonised, but it's a beautiful day, and it's a great day for shooting, and that's what I'm going to do. Thanks for watching. Bye.